Hello, fifth graders. How are you? Mr. Lopazo in my basement again. Here to do another drawing with you guys. This week I'm doing with grades 3 through 6 Pokemon, a different Pokemon with each grade level. For you guys, we're going to be doing Psyduck. He is a duck Pokemon, and his powers are a tail whip. And he also has water pulses he can shoot out, like really fast, like almost like a gun. Shoots water out. So those are his powers. So we're going to be doing Psyduck. In case you're interested and you want to try one of the other ones, third grade is doing Togepi. Fourth grade's doing Bellsprout, and you guys are doing Psyduck, and then the sixth grade's doing Pikachu. So if you want to try one of those other ones, feel free, okay? So I'm going to erase this. You're going to need a pencil and a piece of paper and an eraser, and you're going to want to turn your paper vertical, up and down, because Psyduck's a little bit taller than he is wide. So I'm going to erase, and I'll write the name of it in case you want to Google it and find the colors and things like that. But I have a colored picture over here that I can show you later. I want to thank you guys for sending me your Squidwards. They were unbelievable. They were amazing. Squidward's a little trickier to draw than I thought he was, but you guys did an unbelievable job on those. And I loved every one I got, and I made sure that I responded to every single one of them. And I got a kick out of them. They're very, very cool. So thank you for sending those, and make sure that you send me your Psyducks as well. Okay, now, when we start this, I'm going to start by just doing two basic shapes, a head and a body. You're going to want to draw those incredibly lightly, right? We've done guidelines before. They're just there to guide us. They're not there to be, a lot of them be a permanent part. So we're going to draw two shapes that we're going to be drawing things over top of them a lot. So we're going to have to do a lot of erasing no matter what. So you're going to want to draw these two shapes very lightly, and then we can kind of fix them as we go. So he's a little bit more body than head, but I'm going to do the head shape first. It's basically an oval. Not a long skinny oval, it's almost a circle, but just a little bit wider. So I'm going to do a nice oval, of course, with the dry erase markers. I can't really draw lightly. It's either black or it's not. So I'm not going to be drawing lightly, but I want you guys to draw this lightly. So I would say you're going to go toward the top of the paper. The only thing higher than the shape we're going to make now is a couple little hairs sticking off the top of his head. So you can make this shape pretty high if you want to. So we're going to want to draw kind of like I said, it's not quite a circle, but it's certainly not a long skinny oval either. So nice and lightly, and obviously with a pencil you can do those short, light, sketchy lines. Anytime you're doing cartooning or animation or anything like that, you always want to sketch lightly first. You can always go back with your markers or your Sharpies or even a darker pencil, and you can darken those lines, and that way you can erase all the ones that you don't want hanging around. But for now, it just can be a nice, light, loose sketch, and then you can go back and finalize a lot of your lines later. So nice big oval. He's got a big old head, so we want to make sure it's a good size oval. And now connected to that, it's almost going to look like a snowman. I'm going to draw a bigger, I guess we could call it an oval. It's an oval with a flat side on the bottom. How's that? So I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to draw around. You can go pretty wide. The only thing sticking out over here is going to be his tail. If you've got a little more room than me, that's great, because I'm probably going to have to chop his tail off a little bit. Right, and then I'm going to hop over to this side. You can see that this line's a little higher than this one. Okay, I did that on purpose. This one's a little lower. This one's a smidge higher. Not much, but a little bit. And then I'm going to go around. And this is what I was talking about. I'm going to have kind of like a flat spot on the bottom. So it's not really a complete circle or a complete oval. It is certainly round on both sides. And then when you get to the bottom, we're going to just flatten that out just a little bit right there. He's kind of stepping up with his foot on this side, so that's why we need that little flat spot right there. So you want to draw those two shapes, and you can see they're filling up almost the whole paper. So they're both are really big. Everything's pretty much going either inside or just slightly outside. So I don't have a lot of room around the outside, but I don't need a lot of room around the outside. But so it should be filling up your paper. But do those two shapes nice and lightly because we're going to have to erase them anyway. Now the first thing I'm going to do is his feet. And he's a duck, kind of like a platypus duck. So he's got these little webbed feet. So what I'm going to do is do a little line out the bottom on that side. A little shorter one over on the right side. And I'm just going to go in and then out a little bit in the middle. And then in and then out a little bit. Kind of like a little webbed duck foot. Not a big deal. Pretty good sized foot though. Now over here he's stepping, so we're kind of looking at the bottom of his foot. So it's a little bit different. This one is going to be half on the body, half off the body. And I'm just going to start with kind of like a big U shape. It's a little bit tipped to the right, part of it on, part of it off. And I'm just going to go down, up, down, and then up again, because he's stepping up. And we are going to erase the part of the body right here. Told you you're going to have to erase. And that way, his foot's in front of his body. 1 foot up, 1 foot down. Not too difficult. Since we're down here, we might as well do the tail. I'm going to run out of room a little bit. Hopefully you have more paper than I do. But just above that foot, I'm going to go out. It's basically just a curved triangle. If I had a little bit more room, it would just have a point right over here. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Now, the trickiest part of this drawing is what we're going to do right now, his bill. Because his bill's kind of an interesting shape. So his bill is going to start in here, and then it's going to go not only down here on his body, but also outside. So we're sort of going over like a bunch of different parts, and then we're just going to erase everything that's inside. So what I'm going to do is I'll kind of show you. I'm going to start right about there. A little bit, almost to the left side of the oval, and in a little bit. Kind of just above like where the body touches. Right about there. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to curve in first. And I'm going to curve out. Okay? See that? In. And then out. And then I'm going to come around here. And I'm going to curve in again. Okay? I'm going to flatten this just a little bit. There we go. So it's a little thinner on the face, and then it gets out. You can see where I went off the body. There's my body. I went off the body and then back on, so it's wider, and it gets thin. Wide on the bottom, a little bit thinner. Not a lot, but a little bit thinner where it connects to the face. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go in a little bit there, and then I'm going to go up and around. So in, up, down. And I'm just going to come out and connect. Want to make sure that's round right there. We don't have to be pointy. This side can be a little pointy. This side you're going to want to make it round. And then we just have 2 little nostrils right there. And now I'm going to erase this part of the head and this part of the body. Okay? His eyes are really easy. Now that we just did a really hard part, you're probably going to have to pause that a million times, but that's perfectly fine. He has two nice big round eyes. Actually, I shouldn't say that. This one's circle. The one over here is not quite as round. A little more of an oval, I guess. And he's got these little beady eyes. I don't know if he's scared or just psyched out. Maybe that's why they call him Psyduck, because he's psyching himself out. I don't know. And then his hair's really easy. It's just 3 little rectangles. One there. One in the middle. It'll look like 3 French fries coming out of his head. Now his arms, one's in the front, one's behind. We're going to do the one over here that's behind first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right above his eye, right about there. And I am going to draw a little bump. Doesn't quite come all the way back in and touch. Whoops. Doesn't quite come all the way back in and touch again. And then I'm going to come around. And that's going to touch his bill, his beak, his nose, whatever it is. Right? So it's like a little bump where his hand is, and then that curves around and touches the bill. And then I'm going to do another finger peeking out over there. Finger, hand, arm. Kind of like he's holding his, he's grabbing his head. And the one on this side is going to be right in the front. So we're going to start right there, right on the side of his eye. Okay? And what's going to happen is we're going to curve in and then out. It's kind of like a big drumstick, like a turkey leg or something. Right? And then we're going to come, so it goes in, swoops around. That's like his elbow. It's going to be about in the middle of his body, between his head and his foot, right about there. And then it swoops outside the body and then curves in again. And just like his feet, he's got like 3 little fingers or claws or whatever. So it's 1, 2, 3, skinny, round, skinny. Very simple. And then we're going to erase that part of the head, that part of the body. And that's it. I don't know what kind of background you put behind a Pokemon. I have no idea. You could put them anywhere, I guess. Now let me show you the colors. Right, here's Psyduck. Right, and it's spelled. You want to Google it. That's the way you spell it. You can see right here, there he is. The little hairs on top of his head are like a dark gray or black. His feet and his bill are kind of like a tan peachy color. And then his body is kind of like a mustardy yellow, I guess you could call it. So if you want to color him in, go for it. If you want to give him another color scheme and try something different, go for it. Do whatever you want to do. If you want to try one of the other ones, like I said, grades 3, 4, and 6, you can do that too. But send me your Psyducks. I loved your Squidwards. I want to see your Psyducks. And in case you don't remember, or maybe you didn't send me one last time, shame on you people. It is all lowercase. It is MDELPOZZO at Germantown CSD.org. And that's where you're going to send me your wonderful pictures so I can check them out. I love seeing your artwork, and I will definitely get back to you and give you some feedback on your drawings. I want to check them out, see how amazing they are. And I hope to see you again soon sometime, but I don't know. So if not, we'll meet back here again in my basement with my whiteboard, and we'll do another drawing together, okay? See you later, my 5th graders. I miss you guys. We'll see you. Bye.